Be strong.
It's time for live racing action with the Short Track Super League ARCA Series, presented by Butt Kicker and Jazzabowski Designs. Now, let's join Chris from Captain TV, live from Iowa Speedway.
All right, 40 miles to the east from Des Moines sits the Iowa Speedway in the town of Newton, Iowa. We welcome you in tonight to race number 1 of this ARCA series presented by Butt Kicker and Jazzabowski, as we are at the virtual Iowa Speedway this evening. Jazzabowski Designs, by the way, that is. We welcome you in tonight to Short Track Super League action, race number 1 tonight of 10 from virtual Iowa Speedway here on iRacing. I am the captain, Chris Scala. We welcome you in as we get ready for 120 laps of racing and some team racing going on tonight here at the Iowa Speedway. Should be a lot of fun this evening. Basically, what this series is set up to be is kind of like a Schmedium series. If you're one that knows a small and a medium is a Schmedium, you're going to understand what this series is. They're not going to run short tracks. They're not going to run big tracks. They're going to run Schmedium size tracks, basically, when it's all over with. So looking forward to some great racing this evening. But again, I mentioned a lot of the drivers a part of teams in this series this season. They're going to keep records of a team points and so on and so forth this season, so going to be a lot of fun. A lot of the Short Track Super League rules are going to be in play, but we're going to see ARCA cars this season. No more double headers, no 2 series at one time. It'll be 1 series, the ARCA cars, each and every Thursday night. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So we appreciate everybody joining us this evening, as you're going to see a lot of cars with very similar paint schemes. Those are teams. You're going to see some teams without realistic paint or similar paint schemes because they've just kind of recently been formed and all that good stuff. So, and I will do my best to tell you who's on what teams because unfortunately I got a lot to learn. So when it comes down to the teams, I only know a couple off the top of my head, so we'll have to see when it's all over with. But qualifying going to be starting here in just a few minutes, so we'll cover that here in just a couple. But you're looking at right now the 24 car, I believe that is, a Mike Hasty, and we'll go out here and put these cars on the track here and watch a little bit of practice as they get around this just shy of 1 mile oval. Again, multi-grooved, multi-banked track that was designed by Rusty Wallace a little over 10 years ago. This Iowa Speedway definitely one that is enjoyed each and every year. Unfortunately, this year I don't think you're going to see much racing in Iowa, as I know some of the series have moved around and so on and so forth. But yeah, either way, again, I think we're going to see some pretty fun racing here this evening here at the Iowa Speedway. About a minute and a half of practice left. So as I mentioned, Butt Kicker and Jazzabowski Design sponsoring this series. If you look down in the info page on YouTube, you will see there's a special down there. If you type in STSL on Butt Kicker, you actually get a 20% discount with Jazzabowski Designs and stuff like that. So make sure you look into that. It is all there on the page for you to enjoy. And not to mention, as of about 30 minutes ago, we now have 300 followers on YouTube. Look at that. Appreciate everybody being a part of that. I looked about an hour ago and I was at 299, and then I came back and I was at 300. So whoever the 300th subscriber is, thank you. You can go get yourself a free bowl of ice cream from your freezer. I appreciate it very much. But either way, going to have a lot of fun this evening at this track, this just shy of 1 mile oval, banking up to, I think it's 12 degrees in the corners. But this track very worn out, very abrasive, and these ARCA cars picture like the old school stock cars of NASCAR. You got the valence down on the front end, the back end up in the air, not a lot of downforce on the rear. So these cars are easy to spin out off these corners. You definitely got back them up going in, or else they could spin out on you. So these cars definitely bring the fun to the Iowa Speedway and much of these other side tracks. So again, should be a lot of fun, and we'll try to go over everything that you need to know for this series as we continue on, because again, there's definitely a lot of interesting things when it's all over with. So looks like we are going to be shy of 32 cars. So because of that, all the drivers will make the field. There was actually a lock-in. They did a couple races of locked-in drivers just in case, and now with it being shy of 32, everybody who shows up tonight will make the race. So congratulations to all of those drivers as qualifying will begin here. They'll get the usual 2 laps, I believe, and get out there and go racing here in a few minutes. Just some information about what is going on this season with this series. All right, so as I mentioned, 24 starting spots are locked in for this week. There's 8 spots that are going to go in as of queue time. However, there's only 30. Let me make sure this is not updated. I think we're still at 30 cars, so everybody will make the race. 2-strike rule in play tonight. So if you cause 2 cautions, you will be parked. Now, I know there's no actual admin in the booth, so we'll have to see how that all works out. When it's over with, there will be hammer points after the race for those who do cause an accident, so on and so forth. There'll be a post-race review of all the cautions. And that's pretty much about it. Otherwise, it's mostly the original rules tonight. Butt Kicker, who of course is helping out, they're giving away 3 of their Gamer 2 systems as prizes. Again, if you use the code STSL for 20% off of any of their products and more, so make sure you do check that out here on the website, of course, buttkicker.com. And also check out Jazabowski Designs. They'll be hooking up a winner each week with a custom paint job for any car as well. So thanks to Nick for putting that on. I always hack on Nick's name, but that's just out of fun. Nick's a good dude. And he appreciates him being a part of the sponsors. So seeing all these cars spinning out over here as they're all having issues right now. Mark Herzog is currently on the pole right now with a 23.89. Stefan is P2. Michael Benedetto up to P3. Drift, he's here tonight in a very cool-looking number 14 car, P4. Kevin Anderson in that one of many Rocca Nation cars you're going to see tonight. Now, I'm not sure what Rocca is, other than ROCA is the FedEx letters for the Rochester station. I know that because I worked there at one point. Kevin going to be P7, it looks like, right now. Hey, how about this? Russell Peets, the 191 car, for Pete's sake, puts it P2. Looks like 21 cars have already qualified. Some drivers going to choose not to qualify, it looks like. As qualifying should be over here in the next minute or so, and we'll go racing from the virtual Iowa Speedway tonight. If you are new to the channel, hit that follow button, please, or subscribe. And be notified every time we broadcast on Captain TV each and every night. Kind of a low number right now. Hopefully we'll work on that, build that up a little bit. I know as the race gets started, we will build up number-wise just a little bit. Actually editing something really quickly. That's what I did wrong. most of the cars pretty much done qualifying, so we just sit here and wait now until the 5 minutes runs out. Wanted to update the stream real quickly on the information because I had it written wrong. But otherwise, we're all set to go here tonight for 120 laps. There is a time limit on the race, but I don't think we'll have to worry about that because most of these guys are pretty good drivers and know how to race pretty clean. And if they can keep it under control, they'll get out there and put on a pretty good show when it's all over with. So Mark Herzog will win the pole for the first race of the season. A 23.89 will score the pole for him. Let's take a minute real quickly and see if I can bring him up here and talk to him real quickly. I'm sure he's going to be pretty happy. Starting P1 as he's hanging out up in the general channel right now. But let's bring him up here to join us in the booth here for a quick second. Mark Herzog, you got a copy, buddy? Mark Herzog, you got a copy, bud? All right, we'll check back with Mark here in a second and see if we got him. He might have ran off real quickly to go to the bathroom or do something before we get on the grid. You're there, you don't want to talk to me, which is highly possible, and I have no problem with that. I am not offended. There you go. All the cars are grid, and we'll try one more time. Mark Herzog, you got a copy, buddy?
Oh, yeah, I got you.
There you are. Hey, Mark. Put the In-N-Out Burger car there, P1 tonight, and the ARCA car. How's the setup feel? How's the track feel? And this, you got a long-run car as much as you have a short-run car?
I'm just really hoping to make it to the end. I wanted to run it out hard to see how it felt. It felt pretty good, but we'll see how it goes in the long run.
All right. Well, congratulations. You're the first pole sitter in the ARCA series this season, and maybe we'll talk to you in Victory Lane also.
All right. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Mark Herzog there. Moved him down back to where he was. 31 cars going to start tonight, so everybody did make the race. Nobody got sent home, which is always a good thing. As the iRacing goes to 4X pace car. That is my name for the pace car. There's your top two, Herzog and Michael Steffen, the boss man up there in the second position. Congrats to him on that. He will do 2 pace laps around this track. Appreciate the viewers all coming out to join us again this evening. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Weather, a little after 9:30 sim time, 70 degrees, 72 down on track, so track temp not too hot. The Chamber of Commerce weather, as they say, for a race night, Iowa. Again, about 40 miles to the east of Des Moines. Got the honor of going to this track back in 2013 for a race, for a truck race and street stock racing, believe it or not. But here we go. Let's kick it off at 10 weeks of ARCA racing, team racing also. As the pace car pulls off, Mark Herzog, he's a one-man team. Michael Steffen, he's part of Rocka Nation. His teammate right there behind him. Green flag is out. Here we go from Iowa. Got to be very careful coming off these corners. This car, not much rear downforce, so they will spin out on you. Down into turn 3 and 4. Herzog taking off like he's got somewhere to be or something. As the battle's on for second, that's Mike Hasty and Michael Steffen. Steffen going to hold off of Hasty there. One car coming off pit road. That's Brian Carpenter in the 31 car. And also a couple others just getting off pit road here. Trying to see who that is right up in front of the leader. A lot of jostling for position. Mid-pack, 3 wide back here. Andy Moore as one car goes spinning to the infield. No caution. I think that's Luke Daniels who went spinning. Luke Daniels a lap car right now, and Luke going to get that, whatever number 98 I guess he is, back on track as we continue under the green flag. Hasty up to second. Russell Pete's up to third. Steffen's starting to fall back just a little bit right now. A 3-car back there, Mike Carlson, the Kevin Harvick throwback to 2001. Ride with him. Quietly a lap around this track. You can see Herzog doing a pretty good job. Or not Herzog, but Carlson, pretty good job there in the 10th position right now. Luke Daniels on pit road, unscheduled pit stop here 3 laps in. He's been on pit road there for a minute. Let's go back here. This fight now for the, this is the 6th position under attack. Kevin Anderson underneath the outside pole sitter, Steffen to the inside there. Michael Benedetto looking to the high side. The 111s of Brandon Hughes there behind him. Drift up there in the 14 car. Running in the 5th position right now. As up front, Herzog took off, but Russell Peets had the fishing pole out and was starting to reel him in. Also looking to potentially come up here and get this lead away in this 191 car. You got to be very careful in this car because it revs up to about 8,000 RPM and then it hits the chip. So you do not get a lot of gear in this car. On the back straightaway, you really don't have to worry about that much, but on the front stretch, could be something to worry about with the longer straightaway. And back here, the battles continue as Drift on the outside of Kevin Anderson for the 5th position, drives it in there and sends it in. Also on his teammate there, Mike Hasty in the 24 car, purple and white Rocket Nation car. You're going to see all the different color shades of a rainbow or whatever you want to call it. Back here, Fontaine, the 91 car to the inside of the 82 of Nick Jazabowski. Sam going to take that spot away, so move Sam up to 14th, started 24th on the grid. Sam did not have a good qualifying effort, already up 10 spots. He is the biggest mover in this race. Good side-by-side racing everywhere. Look at these cars spreading out. Now, eventually these cars are going to get very tight, and you got to take care of that right front tire. Lap time's already starting to fall off about 2 to 3 tenths. And you'll see laps in about the 25-second range eventually, and almost down to 26 seconds. The tire fall off and much more. Brandon Trujembo up there in that 1 car right behind him. You got the 72 of Daniel Hall. Ryan Sutphin in that 26 Exalta car. Back there in the 26th position, or the 26th car in the 13th position, sorry. Meanwhile, up front, here comes Peets. Now, all these cars are Chevy Impalas in iRacing, but you're going to notice a lot of these cars got designs on them and different sponsors and logos and things like that. So you might see a Dodge Charger, you might see a Ford Taurus or a Pontiac Firebird, or not Firebird, but the Grand Prix. But all these cars are actually on iRacing, the Chevy Impala. So Mark doing a great job, just kind of playing defense there in that middle groove, making Russell trying to figure out what he needs to do. But that right there is the fastest way around Iowa, is that middle groove. One car off the pace here. The 045 of Timmy Catalano, the Oakley car. Timmy just getting out of the way of everybody. And this fight just continues on right here. One getting to the outside there of Carlson. Trujembo there in the 11th position. All these guys just kind of jockeying, trying to get themselves set up here for the long run as you kind of go more single file. Trujembo to the bottom, looking on the inside of that 3 of Carlson. You're going to try to work that bottom line, see if you can do it. There's a bump right there in the tunnel of turn 1 and 2. Man, always can upset your car. You can either send it up the track or actually cause it to get loose. But you can see the 1 lost the momentum. The 26 getting to his outside now. But this is the type of racing Iowa Speedway produces. 99% of people enjoy this track. I know one guy who doesn't, and he might be watching on the stream. Racing throughout. Let's go back here to the 17th position where we have a Hornet's Nest. Jason Dalton, he getting past Andy Moore. Here comes Coy Haslow. There's the 8 car, Mike Braun back there. Tyler Catalano. All these guys trying to work their way through. But we're already 20 laps in. Of course, each and every race on Thursday night you'll be able to hear on Captain TV. You can watch us also. Appreciate you guys on the stream. As of next week, we're going to be on, what, 6 nights a week, 5 nights a week? And then as of the following week, we'll be on 7 nights a week. You'll be able to hear my awesome, or you might think annoying voice each and every night of the week. Only because I love doing this, and all the series that I broadcast for are good people, and nothing but nice things to say about everybody, including Mike Steffen, who does a great job taking care of everybody in this league. And as you see, he's got a great race so far here, 22 laps in. Now Matthew Telder, who predicted he would wreck on lap 2, did not wreck on lap 2. Instead, he's running P3 and is chasing down Pete's here for the 2nd position. Kind of running a defensive line down into turn number 3. I noticed the track temp's gone up about 3 or 4 degrees since the start of the race, which is kind of weird considering it's 9:30 at night, Iowa time. If you listen closely, you can hear the car almost bottoming out because of the bumps in turn 1 and 2. So Kevin Anderson there behind him, Mike Hasty. And a lot of good drivers making good runs so far in this race. You got Brian Sutphin up 11 spots from 20th to 9th. Samuel Fontaine from 24th to 12th. And then back here, Jason Dalton started 26th, and he is up in the 16th position. So some comers and goers, as they always say in racing. Coy Haslow, the guy that's lost the most spots, that's because he started on pit road, I believe. So he's actually worked his way up from the rear and is in the 17th position there in 87. As Sutphin getting to the inside of Michael Steffen for position. He'll take the 8th spot away. And this is going to try to Stefan gives it to him here. Not quite clear. Stefan gets that run to the high side. And finally will clear him. And now drift under attack from Brandon Hughes. Brandon up to the 6th position right now. Nobody's really been able to get away from anyone, if you've noticed here. I mean, 1st through 27th, only 9 seconds off each other here. So there's really been no separation at all in the field, which is really impressive. A lot of the time, running really tight to each other here. I can click anywhere right now and see almost side-by-side racing. At least there's a tail. Pete's still trying to get that lead up there from Herzog. It's your first battle is going to be back, it looks like, right here with Brandon Hughes. Going to try to peek inside of Hasty, not able to do so. Check back here with Fontaine as he goes to the inside of Benedetto in that 25 car. This is really impressive right now for these guys. I mean, a lot of cars just almost working the draft, I guess, so to say. You would think there's really not a draft on a short track, but that's what we're getting here. Now, if you're watching this for the first time, over on the right side, you see the map. All the cars that are solid colored, like the 47, the 2, the 1, those cars are all in the lead lap. You see the cars at like the 52 and the 45, or 045, they are a solid color, but they have a blue ring around them. Those cars are a lap down. So if that helps you out with who's running where on the track. Fontaine's trying to get to the inside here and get the pass on Benedetto, and then right up ahead, Brian Sutphin trying to get around Mike Hasty for the 5th position. So 2 battles on track. As you see now, battle. I thought Teller was on the outside for a second. Never mind, I didn't see it right. But there is Sutphin going to get up to the 4th position. A little bit of a slider in front of Kevin. Just kind of slides up there and takes that position away. So Brian Sutphin started 20th, and that moves on to car up to P4, and now the fight is on for the lead. As Russell Peets to the inside. Taking it pretty shallow into turn 3. That's going to allow Herzog to hold on to that lead, but Sutphin is the car to watch here so far as he has worked his way up, and we got 3 wide back here. Drift had to get out of it, but Brandon Hughes and Mike Hasty. Drift was up there in that high line. See Fontaine back there in the 10th position now. Oh, and here he comes. Sutphin now for 3rd. This 26 is not playing around tonight. Doing this all under green flag running too. And he will take that spot away. So let's see if he can get to Peets and Herzog here. So Luke Daniels back on track, by the way. He is 31st, 4 laps down. We have 8 cars on the lead lap. Mike Duryea and Timmy Catalano both also a lap down. The last car on the lead lap is Richard Benedetto. And look at this, to the outside goes to 26 for second. He is marching through this field tonight. These cars out here just sliding around now. These tires are pretty much roasted. As Telder gets to the outside now of Pete's. Also trying to protect that bottom line, but once you got on these older tires, that bottom line is not the best place to be. Kind of sends it in there, going to slide up in front of Telder. Maybe decided not to. Kept it down a little bit. As here comes Brandon Hughes in that 111. Another car that's coming to the front. For the lead. Herzog holding that middle lane. Sutphin going to try to work that bottom, and he come up on the damaged lap car of Richard Benedetto in that 52. Allow him to go single file down to turn one. And trouble. Trevor Catalano's gone around the 054. And that brings the first caution out here at lap 42. And that brings the caution out for the first time here. Let's see what happens to Trevor. First caution of the season. Trevor riding behind the 82 of Jezebowski. Goes into turn 3 and 4. Oh, he smacks the wall. And he goes climbing over the wall and then goes spinning on the front straightaway there. So just a self-spin on the 54, going to bring out caution number 1 as he just lost the back end. And we got leaders on pit road. Let's jump to this. The top 2 stayed out, but the rest are in. Right side tires right now for everybody. Should be 4 tires and fuel, I would think. And the race off pit road, going to go to Pete's. So Herzog and Sutphin stay out. The rest of these cars are pretty much in their window right now, fuel-wise, to go the rest of the way. Question is, will their tires go the rest of the way? And now Brian Sutphin comes to pit road here. So he's going to give up second place in all that track position. I wonder if he missed the entrance to pit road or something. We'll have to investigate that situation and see what happened to Brian, but unfortunately he's going to restart all the way back in 27th, so he's going to have to pass all these cars again. Looks like Brandon Trujembo is taking his car behind the wall. Not sure what happened to the 1. Now for the team championship, basically what happens is each team has a maximum of 5 drivers. And what happens is the top 2 drivers from each team's points get added up. And that's how they get the team points. So basically the top 2 finishers of your team, that is how it goes each week. And there is an actual a curve to it a little bit. Mark Herzog we'll use for example. He is on a solo team all by himself. So because of that, he will get his points, and then there's actually, was it 20 points, I believe, will go to his team. It's almost like a provisional for that empty spot goes to the 47 each week. So it's kind of a fair way of keeping team points so that you're not penalized as much for only having one person on your team. I guess when you're leading the race, what's that going to hurt? Now the one car, Brandon Trajembo, back on track. I thought he was out of the race, but he's back. Car's in one piece. I wonder if he had connection issues or something. Again, viewers, if you do want to chat it up, you can. Feel free to. Like talking to viewers and that kind of thing. We're on each and every week. Tomorrow night will be more of a fun night. You'll see us actually streaming the USRC qualifying draw, which will feature some of the drivers in this league for the race at Talladega Saturday night. That'll be following the VOR Michigan race. Their first Triple Crown race coming up here on Saturday, 7 o'clock Eastern time. 7:30 will be on the air actually live for the second race of their season, and then following that the USRC Talladega race. And then we'll be back on Monday as we kick off the heavy part of our schedule. Monday night, TI truck racing. And then Tuesday night, we'll have the TI IndyCar Series. Yes, that's a little different. The IndyCar Series moves back a day, and they put the truck series in there on Monday now. So we'll have racing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday next week. And then we'll just wait for Blown Piston Racing League to come back Friday and Sundays, and we'll have 7 nights a week. Here we go, green flag back out with Mark Herzog leading. Russell Peets, Matthew Telder, and the top, well, only the leader is on old tires. The rest of these guys are going to eat him like an In-N-Out burger. The fact that he's held the lead for a half a lap is impressive. At least I thought they would eat him like an In-N-Out burger. This is usually you could jump this guy pretty quickly, but these guys are just kind of minding their P's and Q's back behind him, and Herzog's being able to pull away still a little bit here. Telder going for second. He's going to take that spot away. And I think he's going to use the 47 as a pick. And Telder should be able to clear him here in turn number 3 and 4. Not so much. Wow. You cannot help but be impressed by this. 3 laps in a row now. Herzog has held off the leader, or second place, I should say, with the older tires. And I'm saying it like eventually they're going to take the lead here. Finally they do. Herzog's showing some power up here. Now he's going to get in his dirty air, and he'll probably really start to fall back now. But the 191 going to go by for second. Brandon Hughes there behind him. The 91 of Fontaine, and Daniel Hall of the 6th position now in that McDonald's Bill Elliott throwback. Let's go back here and check on Ryan Sutphin. He is up to the 18th position after that restart. And again, missed pit road or something on that first caution. Not sure if it was a missing a pit road or if it was just didn't realize it was open, but he ended up hitting on the second lap of caution. And because of that, started in the back as he worked by Andy Moore in the 45, coming up on the back of the Krispy Kreme number 55 of Dave Burns. Could be the broadcaster Dave Burns, but I highly doubt it. There's plenty of people named Dave Burns. And one car spinning to the inside. We got a big wreck here. Herzog's one of them. Brandon Hughes, another. And second caution is out. Second caution.
Pace car, backstretch.
happens there. Hughes gets by, but Herzog slides back in there. Let's slow it down here. I'm going to try to do this a lot more this season, slowing down the caution so you can see it at like a quarter speed or half speed, so we can be the judge here. And it looks like Herzog and the 111 just come together. Maybe. See if the 111 can keep it off the wall. He's holding it down, holding it down, holding it down, and oh, into the wall. Not terribly hard, but hard enough probably. And Herzog just spins back in the middle of the track. So we had, I'm actually writing down the cautions real quick. And we'll look at a different view here. You can see Mark kind of sliding up right here. And gonna, I can't even tell if there was contact or not here. Let's look real quickly. Let's go rear chase. Oh yeah, there's contact there. Herzog slides up into the 111. So that brings the second caution out here at lap number 55. But Matthew Telder leading this race over Russell Peets now. And doesn't look like anybody came to pit road really outside of Matt Zaccardo. Hughes obviously came to pit road to get some damage fixed, but nobody really on pit road at all. I'm going to mute my mic for a quick second and talk to the admins because I do have admin rights. So give me 1 second here. I'm going to be quiet first. Just 1 second. All right, so pace car light's not off yet. $15 viewers, appreciate that. Good start to a season here. I know this league normally has up and down viewership and stuff, but definitely liking the 15. If you want to work on that number, get that up a little bit. I'm not going to beg you, but all I can do is ask to tell two friends to tell two friends. So our top five right now, Telder, Peets, Fontaine, Daniel Hall up to fourth. And at McDonald's special there on the right side. And Mike Hasty, your top five. Coy Haslow, Jason Dalton, Ken Zames, Mike Carlson, Kevin Anderson, your top 10. As we're going to halfway next time by and wrap up the second caution on the track. Pace car going to pull off. And here we go. Right there off the bottom. Russell Peets gets the run. Going to drive it to the inside of the two for the lead. Two's got the preferred group. Going to kind of squeeze them down a little bit. Helps that 191 get a little bit loose. Sam Fontaine, fastest in practice, ready to pounce back in that third position. He's got Coy Haslow to the bottom. Past the halfway point, 60 laps in, 60 laps to go in this first race of this short track Super League, thanks to Butt Kicker and Jazabowski Design. Again, if you look down the race info, if you type in STSL into a purchase from Butt Kicker, you'll get 20% off. So the winner of tonight's race is going to get a paint made by Nick Jazabowski. Telder holds on to the lead. Now that outside line's going to get rolling here, as Fontaine's going to go to the high side, going to bring Haslow, Hall, Williams, Ames. And now Telder going to get passed by Fontaine to the high side. Haslow going to go to the bottom, trying to help out the two here. Either that or he's actually running his groove, one of the two. Telder kind of pushes up a little bit there, but the 87 going to try to work that high line in. Look at this line of cars back behind him. That's your top 10 cars, and look who's up to 10th. Ryan Sutphin, after that mistake on the first caution, he is up to the top 10 already. That name we might be saying a lot in this league. So move Fontaine up to the front. Haslow going to probably move the second here eventually. And here comes Daniel Hall in the 72 car. Driving it to the bottom, going to go for the lead on Fontaine. This racing really picking up front. As Catalano's had issues, he is spun and taken into pit road. No caution for the spin. Fontaine, one of the tougher cars to pass in all of iRacing, at least from my knowledge. I'm sure there's somebody out there tougher. I just haven't met him yet. But Fontaine will fight you until you clear him. He'll do it clean, but you better clear him. Good stuff right here. And that's causing everybody to kind of stack up side by side back here. See the 3-car Mike Carlson into the picture back there in the 7th position. Jason Dalton back there in the 4th car. So a lot of different drivers working into the top 10 now. And these two will not clear each other. See if Coy does a slider here at any minute. He's going to try right here. He was trying to get in there deep so he could slide up, but he was not able to get there. Sam is still there. Sam has the preferred groove there in the middle. But Haslow's doing a good job on that bottom. He's got the best view in the house right now. Boy, gonna try to slide maybe there. He drove it in pretty deep. Fontaine 6 to the quarter panel there, is not able to clear him, so still first and second side by side because of it. Fontaine's driving it in more easy and coming off with more power. That's how he's able to pull back his side and stretch it out. Coy is driving it in deep because he's trying to actually slide up in front of Sam. And you got to think that Coy's probably getting impatient here. Oh, Coy gets a little tight on entry. Sam slides up a little bit. Let's see. I don't think Sam's going to clear him there either. Meanwhile, you might see the hood in the mirror back there. That is the 72 of Daniel Hall trying to get to the back bumper of Telder. But he's under attack right now from Ken Zames. You can see that battle in the left A-post mirror. There's Zames going to slide it to the inside here of Telder. There's Zames right there in the inside, that number 90. Who says I can't broadcast a race from inside a car? Look at this. '72 holds on as Maslow and Fontaine continue side by side. This has gone on for almost 10 laps now. I would go to another battle, but I mean, this has pretty much been it so far. I don't like to just focus on the leaders, but man, this is the show right here, and almost some contact. Now the impatience is kicking in. Oh, and now caution is out. Mike Braun has gone around in the 8. And just showing Mike Braun. I saw somebody else spun in the grass there. Let's go back and see what happens to the 8 car. Braun between the 47 of Herzog and the 111 of Hughes. Oh, the 111 gets into the 8, spins him around. Oh, Drift gets a piece. Oh, boy. Wow. Nobody else caught a piece of that. That's pretty amazing in itself right there. Let's try this one more time. Let's go on board. Who is that car? It looked like a purple. Oh, you know, that's Jezebowski, I think, that missed that. Watch this. Slow it down here. The contact is going to happen. It's up in the A-post right now. You're not going to see it, actually. It's going to happen up ahead, though. Right there. There's the contact. Of course, the new smoke model, you can't see really anything. So you're just kind of guessing. You see the 32 jumps down. There's the 8 spinning across the track. All right. There's the 19 going spinning. Oh, and the 60 car slides across the nose of Jezebowski and gets a piece of it. That's Zaccardo. So it gives Fontaine the lead. So Mike Braun on pit road getting damage fixed. Looks like he's gone a lap down. Unfortunate left rear a little crinkled up there. As Fontaine leads this thing, 40 laps to go. Now, I believe the time limit is 1 hour and 20 minutes. Check here to see if it pops up on my screen. It did not. Yeah, usually sometimes it would work for me. Ah, well. So he should go back racing here in 2 laps. You'll see Fontaine, Haslow, Telder, Daniel Hall, and Ken Zames, your top 5 right now in this race. Again, next Thursday night, back on the air. Race number 2 of this Short Track Super League, again presented by Butt Kicker and by Jazabowski Designs. Scrolling up, actually, give me a second here. We'll see if there's a schedule out. They are 2x2 right now. And we will go back racing. With 38 laps to go. Fontaine getting the lead on Haslow down into turn number 3, so these two will settle down for a quick second. Now the battle on for second as Telder's gone to the inside. You wonder how much Coy hurt those tires from being down on that bottom side of the track. We'll have to see how he runs here on his long run, but there's Daniel Hall to the outside, Ken Zames in that 90. Ryan Sutton there in that 6th position, that 26 car. And look at Zames working that bottom end, the New York driver. Gets by Hall. Question is, can he clear him? I don't think he's able to slide up. Everybody here going to go single file. The first battle is right here. Curran Beckler to 35 car. And Tyler Catalano to 64. The battle for the 11th position. Dave Burns there behind him. The Krispy Kreme car. And Mark Herzog, the pole sitter, in the 14th position, trying to work his way back up through the field here. Ooh, Curran getting kind of tight there. The 64, not able to get around it all, kind of pushed up. 3 wide back here. Trajembo in this picture. Brandon right now 3 laps down in that 1 car. Richard Benedetto, Jason Coe, Mike Duryea. Look at this pack of traffic. I don't know if these guys know where the heck they want to go. Oh, 32 sliding loose there, Duryea. And the 1, he just gets out of the pack. He's like, I don't want to be in this. You see Herzog coming back up through the field here to the inside of Curran Beckler now. This is for the 11th position. The pole sitter showed his speed out in clean air. The question is, how's his speed in pack? Track is not easy to pass on. If you don't believe me, ask Coy Haslow. And I say that, and here comes Brian Sutphin, who's passed roughly 30 cars tonight. And oh boy, we might have round number 2 about to shape up here in front. Outside line actually going to prevail on Sutphin. That's a surprise. He actually got passed by somebody tonight. The 4 car goes by of Dalton. And 3 wide up here for second. Telder was on his inside, but Zames went even farther inside. Zames is trying to get away. Back here, Hall trying to make a move to the inside, but now he's going to get stuck in the middle, 3 wide. The 4 thinks better of it, of Dalton. Smart move on his part. Actually, more safer racing is what that is. Hall's going to be smart and just slide back up there behind the 4 and let him go. Daniel Hall back to 7th, Dalton up to 6th. Meanwhile, up front, this battle for second continues on as Haslow holding off Ken Zames now. Zames got to the back bumper, is going to look inside. If you save your tires enough, you can definitely get some runs. As Zames is almost clear. He might be able to slide up right here. He's going to clear him. So look, Ken Zames up to 2nd. So Haslow might have burned off the tires. And now Telder stuck down on the bottom. Trying to get a line around Haslow. Now Sutphin's going to get to his outside. Here comes the 4 of Dalton. This bottom lane is not working at all right now. Oh, Telder slides up, makes his own spot. And now Dalton's going to drive it in there. Oh, net code, 3 into the 72. I can see that from here at live speed. And now trouble, Andy Moore has gone around and smashed the front end of his 45 car. And Jezebowski's on his lid. Let's see what transpires here. Andy already with some right side damage on the 45. Andy gets up into the wall. He just said on chat he threw his car in neutral. Oh, Nick gets hit up into Andy. So a little bit of contact down below Andy Moore. Oh, you know, okay, that actually starts, this is tricky. It starts with contact between these 2 cars right there. And then more contact slides Nick up into Andy. So that's interesting, we'll call it. So more pit stops here. We have lots of cars staying out. let's watch the race off pit road here. A lot of cars with strategy and taking tires. Looks like Fontaine won the race off pit road, so the top 4 going to be out on pit or out in the pit, out of the pits with the older tires. I can't talk. Pace car lights staying on, so we'll be 2 to go likely this time by. You got the 2 Carlsons up here leading this race. Mike Carlson in the 3. Jeff Carlson is second in the 19. Jason Coe is third. I believe that was one of the cars that had that contact a second ago with Richard Benedetto. That was the other car. So those 2 right there made the contact. That made the contact up into Jazabowski, which slid him up into Andy Moore. So just a weird deal. Samuel Fontaine going to be 5th. Zames will be 6th. Brian Sutphin up to 7th. So the Carlsons lead. Jason Coe second. Richard Benedetto, Jason Coe and Sam Fontaine. So the top 4 on older tires. The rest of the field on newer tires. You saw back at the beginning of the race, Herzog get worked out for a short time. So we'll see how these guys can do on these older tires. Coming back to the green. And green is out. Look at Fontaine and Zames trying to shoot the middle. Fontaine going to clear up the 3rd. Some people talking about maybe jumping lanes. Big wreck in the back. Telder's in it. This is huge. Herzog gets a piece. The 8 gets a piece of Braun. Also, the 191 is involved. It's Richard Benedetto, also the 52. This all starts. I saw Telder. They're 4 wide right here. '47 gets loose. The 4 gets loose. Telder and Benedetto both get the wall. Who else is in here? Hasty's got a piece of this. Trying to see who else I can see in this. Stefan. And then Coy Haslow gets a piece of Kevin Anderson. That was just a big wreck. Andy Moore stops back here. Let's watch this one more again. We're actually going to go on board with Andy. Hang on 1 second. Hang on 1 second. There was two people. It wasn't just our talk. Anyways. Drift went down the safety road, smart on his part. Let's go back to this restart really quickly. And some people were talking about changing lanes on the restart, which is against league rules, most league rules. Just trying to find the restart really quickly. So stand by 1 second and I'll get it for you. We're not one to go, so I got a minute. There's the wreck. Usually it tells me when the green comes back out, but it hasn't told me yet. So there's the yellow. There it is. Okay. Here's the restart. So basically, there was talking about the 91, which is the third car inside lane jumping to the outside. Let's see here. Green comes out. That's a tough call because it looks like 54 does come down. Let's go rear chase. You guys make the call here. I think 91's clear. I mean, 54 comes down, and he holds his lane for the most part. It's tough to call with the way the track is set up, but I mean, we'll see what the admins call after the race or whatever. So here we go. The Carlson's leading them with 13 to go. I think strategy working here is Mike is taking the outside lane on Jeff. They're going to get the start, and Mike's going to work his way to the bottom here. There they go. Green flag out. And look at that 26 of Brian Sutphin on the outside. Fontaine's going to fight him. Again, those are the fresh tires right behind him. Sutphin's going to get the advantage as Fontaine gets stuck behind Carlson. Jeff, that is. And Sutphin to the lead, or to second. Herzog up to third. Oh, and now the 26 spins. Sutphin spins out and brings out the caution. Trying to see if I can find somewhere that So Sutphin goes for a ride. and brings out the 6th caution as he's trying to get underneath the leader here. He just loses the back end, goes to try to catch it, spins right in front of Jeff. Somebody else goes spinning back behind him, a blue car. But a simple 360 for him. Let's see who this other car was that spun back behind him. Right there. Oh, the Pete's car. 191 goes around also. He just spins it down the safety road there, and no harm, no foul on his end. Well, other than he's going to lose track position. So with 10 laps to go now, all of a sudden this pole sitter's made an appearance back up at the top 2. Mike Hasty back up here in the top 5. So the comers and goers again starting to show back up here. We should get one to go, I believe, next time by. A lot of mixed up tire strategies in this battle right now. Once again, make sure you check out Butt Kicker down below in the race info. You type in STSL into their website. If you're purchasing an item from them, you'll get 20% off. Also, Jazabowski Designs, who's helped sponsoring this. They're actually going to paint a car, I believe, for the winner of this race. So Nick could be painting another version of a Kevin Harvick car. That's what Mike Carlson's running there, the 2001 Goodwrench car. So you should get one to go this time by. And we should be set for seven to go, and they do have 2 green-white checkers, and I believe they have about 15 minutes left in this race, if I remember correctly. So we'll get 6 laps to go as the iRacing Ghost 4X will bring it off of turn 4 here, and Mike Carlson going to lead him to the green flag, looking to kick off the season with a win. Pat gets checked up a little bit there, and there they go. Herzog switches up to the high lane on the restart. We'll see if that's going to get called if possible. As Jeff Carlson slides up into Mike Hasty, that's going to allow Fontaine to go to the high side, 3 wide. And Herzog is gone to the lead around Carlson. 5 laps to go. And caution is out. We got a wreck on the front straightaway. Michael Benedetto's in it, the 60 of Zaccardo. And Mike Braun in this one. Unfortunately, that car is not liking things right now. And now they're wrecking back here. Zaccardo. Was spinning. Well, let's go see what happens in this wreck. Brings out the 7th caution here. Here in a 3 and 4, they're all side by side, and not sure if there's an echo. Oh wow! Zaccardo gets the wall. The 8, the 045 gets T-boned by Telder. The other cars hitting the wall as Benedetto went around. So there's multiple wrecks in one there. Caution comes out. And I'm going to mute the stream really quickly. Give me 1 second. All right, so 3 laps to go. We'll get the green, white checker finish here. Should be the first one of the season. So basically, green, white checkers simply means that they'll get the green flag, they'll come back around, and if they don't have a caution, they'll take the white flag and come back and take the checker to end the race. Been a pretty good race for the most part. I mean, we've had some cautions here at the end. But had a really good green flag run earlier in the race of about, what, 40, 50 laps. And of course, as we get towards the end of the race, cautions are going to pick up as the racing gets more intense. And now the pace car lights are off. Hertzall going to take the bottom lane. Mike Carlson, Fontaine, you got Hasty there in that 24 car there. And then the older tires of Jeff Carlson. And a shout out to, how about this, 24th place, Brandon Trujembo was 3 laps down. He is now back on the lead lap in the 24th position. He's not going to get the best finish, but that car is clean as of now and has fought his way back on from 3 laps down to be back on the lead lap here as we'll go back racing as we complete lap 120 right now, but it'll be a green-white checker finish. Here we go. Hertzog with a good start. Hasty going to try to get to the inside as they're almost 3 wide. Zames looking to make a move, not able to do so yet. Carlson holding on to second. All this behind Mark Herzog as Carlson almost spins. And the caution comes out. And he did not get across the line. So this race is not over. Let's see how this caution transpired. I know Carlson got loose. All right, Jezebowski somehow back on track after putting it on his lid. Well, let's see how this transpires. So you're going to, oh, that's not Carlson. Yeah, Carlson did get loose. 84 gets loose, gets T-boned by the 19. And that's your caution right there, I believe. Oh, and there were issues back here. Shijembo right on cue. I jinxed him and gave him damage. Good call on that one, Scala. Now, let's go back really quickly to... Let's see. Oh, yep, caution lights are on right there. So, yep, caution is out before he gets across the line. So they will re-rack it up, and we'll get green-white checker number 2. The best thing I can tell you is reach out to Michael Steffen. Trying to think. I'll have him get in contact with you. Or if you look up Michael Steffen on Discord. We'll go back racing here in 2 laps after what has been a wild race. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. And thankfully, thanks, Mike, to a customer. I've learned how to say your last name. I actually, here in the Georgia area, have delivered to a last name of Duryea. I kept saying Duryea. It's actually Duryea. Same spelling, by the way. Get one to go this time by, and we'll go back racing. This is lap 125 now officially. I don't think there's any fuel issues to worry about. Just a matter of can they get back to the checker flag before this race is over. But it has been a wild one, a wild start to this 10-race schedule here at the Iowa Speedway. pace car going to pull off, and we'll go back racing. In the second green-white checker finish of the night. Fresh tires right behind Herzog there, and here we go. If they can get clear of Carlson, they'll have a shot at getting to the 47. The back straightaway into turn number 3. Ken Zames up to the 3rd spot. Russell Peets up to 4th, and the white flag is out. Final lap here in Iowa. Oh, no wrecking back in turn 2. We'll keep racing to the front here, though. Herzog in the in-and-out car went up and down the grid, comes back from the pole, and wins the opening race here at Iowa Speedway. Fontaine second, Zames, Peets. Carlson holds on to 5th with the older tires. You see the fireworks over there and the back straightaway going off, and you're going to see Herzog come up in here. And I don't think we're going to see donuts. They were taking a photo real quickly. There he goes. Salk Motorsports getting the opening race win tonight. As you'll see the finishing order go across the top of the screen, we'll get the drivers all set up here for their interviews. Talk to the top 3 usually. Herzog, the Salinas, California driver. Talked to him pre-race, and now we're going to talk to him post-race. And let's get him up here as he celebrates in victory lane tonight. As Mark Herzog joins us. Mark, man, you went up and down the ladder tonight. Got involved in an incident. Had an old pit strategy, so on and so forth. But yet you come back and use pit strategy to get yourself back to the front and take advantage of older tires to win this race.
Yeah, I got to apologize to Brandon. I don't know if I slid up or he kind of slid down, but we got together and that sent us both to the back. And then from then, I just got lucky that the cautions fell when they did. I was able to I had like 6 or 8 lap pressure tires and everybody else on that last go around.
Yeah, just looking at the replay, it did look like you did slide up a little bit there on the bottom, but nothing, malicious or anything. It's just older tires when it's all over with. But either way, you worked your way through that issue, and how's it feel to get that opening win?
Well, that's great. I was hoping I'd at least be able to get back into the top 10, but to get the win, there's some good guys out there. I thought Hugo might really, Hugo was going to give me some, Samuel's going to give me some real thing, and I didn't think I was going to be able to catch Mike, but I got a good run off of 2 and got past him before the yellow came out.
Well, it was a fantastic job on your part as you came back up through the field, and not to mention, I believe as of right now, at least according to my notes, you're a one-man team, so that's a good way to kick off the season.
Yeah, it's me, myself, and I. The three of us are getting along real well so far today.
Well done there, Mark. Well, nice job. Send shouts whoever you like to, bud.
Thank you. I just got to thank the guys at STSL for putting this on, and I got to thank my wife for letting me come out here and spend a couple hours in the garage.
Well, you did a great job
And,
tonight, Mark, and stay safe, and we'll talk next week, buddy.
thank you. Thanks for putting out a broadcast for us.
Hey, appreciate it, Mark. No problem. Appreciate that, Mark. All right, so we'll move him back up the general channel. We'll go talk to our second place finisher tonight, Mr. Gru himself, or Hugo, apparently, according to Mark. I like that name. Hugo. Obviously, that's not his name, but it's Samuel Fontaine who finishes second tonight. Update that. This is what happens when you're a one-man show. You got to do all things yourself here real quickly. Let's get old Gru up here with us. Or Hugo, as he was just called accidentally by Mark. You got three names now, Sam, but nice job. Second place finish for you this evening. You definitely had to work your way through traffic and some tough battles yourself there.
Yeah, it was a fun race. At the end, it's a little bit sad that we didn't have a chance to fight for the win with all of those cautions, but otherwise, a pretty good result at the end. So
let's talk about the battle. You and Coy for about 10 to 15 laps were just side by side. It seemed like Coy was just trying to slide up in front of you, but you just were able to get back to the throttle quick enough to keep him down to the bottom to burn his stuff up.
yeah, it was a pretty fun little battle. I was actually trying to keep him down low. So sometimes I was checking up a little earlier to keep him inside and burn his right front. But it was super smooth. It was super fun. Coy is racing pretty cleanly. He's racing me pretty cleanly most of the time. So, I mean, if we have battle like that for the whole season, it's gonna be an awesome season.
Yeah, man, that was definitely a great race, especially here at Iowa, one of the bigger tracks that you've run recently, especially on the short track side. But I think that's going to be tales to come for this series throughout the rest of this season. But send shouts whoever you like to, bud.
Yeah, everyone from Young Money Racing who were there tonight. It was a fun night. We had some rough result for some of the guy, but it happens. And for you for the broadcast, of course, and Stefan for putting the league all together, and super good league. And as we saw tonight, pretty clean for the most part of the race. So
yeah, fantastic job on your part, man. Nice second place finish, and we will talk next week.
yes, sir.
Absolutely. Fontaine there finishing in the second position tonight. He is going to be one that is going to be reckoned for when it's all over with as he moves himself out. Thank you for doing that, Sam. And our third place finisher tonight is Ken Zames. Let's see if there's Kenny. Apgar Esports. His team, of course, as I learn all this right now. But Ken, nice job this evening, my friend. Come back and get yourself a third place finish. Talk about your race this evening.
Solid night. Good points night. Good points night for our team too. Russell Peets finished in fourth. So it was a solid night. No complaints. Just they didn't want that caution there actually. Like 25 to go. I think I had a chance at it, and then there's just too many cautions there at the end. So like I said, D3. It's a good night.
Yeah, you seem to make that low line work for a little bit there, especially they were kind of bogged down there in that top lane, and you kind of went to the bottom, made some passes, and that was pretty impressive on your part.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to do. It gets a little loose down there, and then if you keep doing it, it starts to burn up the right front. So, but it's hard to get around, guys. It's hard to get the run on the outside. That's where everybody's running. So, had to go for it. Picked up a few spots that way.
Well, great job this evening, Ken. Definitely happy for you, man. Good third place run for you, and let's see, started 22nd, so go figure. Started in the back. What he likes to do.
So. That's good, I guess.
Nice. Send shout out to whoever you like to, bud.
As always, I got to thank my Apgar Esports team, and got to thank Ryko Motorsports. Everybody involved with what I do, so I appreciate everything.
We got to get a sponsor in your car. I'm tired of seeing it blink.
Yeah, they're on there. I don't know if it's not showing up on your trade rates or not.
Maybe I didn't look hard enough either.
hey, if you know anybody that's looking to sponsor, I'll take some more sponsors. So, want to help me out that way? Much appreciative.
There you go. Hey, last time I did something like this, I got a guy on a team for an IndyCar league, so it worked out. And he won a championship that season. So I don't know. Maybe that's a sign for you. I'm just saying.
My good luck charm, hey.
I want half the earnings. Anyways.
Hey, well, anything, man. I'll take it. Sounds good.
Nice job, Ken. Appreciate your time, bud.
You too, Chris. Thanks, man.
You too, buddy. Ken Zames finishing in the third position. And, yeah, great run for those guys. Mentioned his teammate there. Russell Peets finishing in the fourth position. So great racing tonight with the guys. I'm actually, if you're watching on the stream right now and you're in this league, I'm actually going to put up a dirt race for everybody. I'm going to turn the stream off and put the race up for everyone. But you see the finishing order going across the top of your screen. Congratulations to Mark Herzog getting the opening win in the series this evening. Big shout out to, of course, Michael Steffen and the boys from STSL for allowing me to be a part of the broadcast this evening. Also shout out to iRacing for allowing me to broadcast their platform and stuff. Big appreciation to them for what they do, all the drivers, all the viewers, and all the good people here. So much appreciative to all of you. I'm off, and we'll be back on broadcasting-wise Saturday night. You might see me streaming here and there between now and that time, doing some racing and stuff myself. So with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening. And as I always like to leave you, and always like to say, remember, this isn't just a game. Where's my end music at? There it is. It's iRacing. See you!
Let go of fear, you're holding the fire smoldering, it's starting all over again. I got a feeling that I ought to know it, burning inside. I got a feeling that I ought to know it, yeah. Every time I grip the wheel, I begin to feel I know what I'm in for. Be strong.